Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and yeah, you read the title and saw the thumbnail correctly. We are talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. Probably the earliest review I've ever gotten out, assuming nothing happens and this video doesn't end up releasing until after the movie releases. Let's hope that that's not the case. But the time I'm recording this is actually pretty early compared to when the movie comes out, because the movie doesn't come out until July 2nd, and I got to see it on June 23rd. But don't worry, I wasn't the only one, because I went to my first ever AMC Screen Unseen, which if you don't know is AMC's mystery movies. And the mystery movie was, of course, Jurassic World Rebirth. So that was really cool. It was one of the speculations, because I ended up getting tickets to go see the Screen Unseen, and then there's a bunch of speculation like, ooh, this looked like it might be Jurassic World Rebirth. I was like, no way, that would be awesome. And then we were there. Apparently, the entire audience thought that also, because like the entire audience was like wearing Jurassic Park and Jurassic World stuff, and there was even a bunch of kids there too, which kind of surprised me. And wouldn't you know it, yes, that's exactly what it was, Jurassic World Rebirth. We even got an introduction from Scarlett Johansson and dang, I'm forgetting the name of the other guy, the other lead actor who's in the movie, whose name I'm not remembering. I can't remember. No, not Mahershala Ali, the other guy. Obviously, I remember Blade and Black Widow. Of course, I remember their names. Well, Mahershala Ali isn't Blade yet. He might not ever be Blade. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. We're supposed to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. Sorry, I'm excited. And what I thought about it, well, I really liked it. I've heard because a bunch of other people obviously got to see it early because of it being a public screen unseen that anyone could go to. But I've seen people mixed on it. Like, I've seen some really like it, and then I've also seen some people really not like it. Personally, whoops, I didn't mean to activate side mission. Personally, I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Oh, and also, I almost forgot to say that I thought was cool, is that when we first saw Scarlett Johansson and the other guy whose name I'm forgetting appear on screen with Jurassic World Rebirth logo behind them, the theater gasped, and then when they said you're about to watch Jurassic World Rebirth, and it faded to black, the crowd actually like clapped and cheered. So that was really cool. But what did I actually think of the movie myself? I really liked it. I thought it was a whole lot of fun. I also already have my tickets to go see it in Dolby on opening night, because I didn't know I was going to see it this early, which is really cool. But yeah, I thought it was a really fun time at the theater, just getting to see all this dinosaur chaos, these fun set pieces. Some of the set pieces in this are like really cool, and it's really thrilling. There's a lot of really well done, really good thrills in this movie. I was at the edge of my seat, especially because I had no idea who was going to live and who was going to die. Well, okay, I had somewhat of an idea of who was going to live and die, because it kind of felt like certain characters had a bit more story to them than others, so part of me was like, I bet the ones with less story are going to die, and the ones with more story are probably going to survive. So I feel like I was able to figure out who was going to live and die, but because it was my first time viewing, I kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe they could kill off more of these characters. So I was at the edge of my seat. There were a couple of times where my heart was pumping quickly, because it was just so intense, and it was really well done. There are some really cool scenes in this too. I know that the director was saying that he's bringing some horror inspiration to this movie, and you can feel it. It's not like full horror or anything like that. This is still an action thriller movie, so I would not call this a horror movie at all. But in certain scenes, you can definitely tell where the horror inspirations are coming in, with these dinosaurs hunting down our characters in these very intense and scary situations, and that was just really well done. And you even get some surprisingly intense kills, not as intense as part of me was kind of expecting, but there's like one especially towards the end that I was just like, that was an intense way to kill that person. Wow. So it was a whole lot of fun, and having a pretty surprisingly full crowd. I think they heard about it being Jurassic World. I think that's why it was so full in that mystery screening. But the crowd was very reactionary too, where it's like, gasping and laughing. It was fun. Speaking of laughing, there is a bunch of jokes that did land, at least for me personally. I also want to make sure I mention that I also thought the cinematography of this movie was really good too. I thought that there were a bunch of shots that looked really cool and really and beautiful with like how they captured the dinosaurs, and like certain scenes was like some sunrise, and when they bring the flare out that you see in the poster, the way that the way it looks just looks really cool. So I want to make sure I mentioned that too. The movie just looks really cool. The cast is also a whole lot of fun. It's just fun seeing this cast of characters together, interacting, running from dinosaurs, making jokes. That was really fun. One of my big problems with it, though, personally, is I feel like it takes a bit too long to get into the dinosaur action. I feel like, because it feels like the first, like, I don't know exactly how long, but the first 25-30 minutes maybe, there's a lot of characters set up where we're setting up who these characters are, what their backstory is, what their motivation for going to this island is, which is all fine and all, but I just can't help but be like, okay, can we get to dinosaurs now? There are dinosaurs in this dinosaur movie, right? But once we finally get to the dinosaur action, it is fun. So that's my main problem, is I feel like we took a bit longer than I would have liked to get to the dino action, but once we get to the dino action, I was having a blast. So yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about it in this quick review, but yeah, so should you see this in the theaters? By the time this review's out, the movie is not officially out, although you may have seen it at the screen unseen. Let me know if you did down below. But if you haven't seen it, should you see it in the theaters? I think it depends on what you like, definitely. If you have really loved the Jurassic Park franchise, from Jurassic Park to Dominion, or at least you enjoyed a majority of the movies, or if you just want to see a really fun action thriller with dinosaurs eating people, then yes, go see this in the theater. See it on the biggest screen you can, with the best sound you can. Like I said, I'm going to be going seeing it in Dolby when it officially releases. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, fan of Jurassic Park, fan of action thrillers, go see this in the theaters. If that's not really your style, if you don't like the Jurassic Park movies, if you're not really into thrillers, then I would say wait for streaming. Maybe even skip this one, because it might not be something that you like anyway. I would rather say wait for streaming, just because I think you might have some fun. But you know, if you don't like these kind of movies at all, then you can skip it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out some of my other reviews. I reviewed a bunch of other movies over the summer. Let me know what you thought, whether you're watching this video in the future after the movie released and you saw it, or maybe you saw the screen unseen like I did. If you did, let me know that too below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.